Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your weekly reading for February 5th to the 11th. This is for Capricorn and Capricorn rising, and we're going to jump right into it because this is a loaded week. And, you know, Capricorn, even before I get to the week, I know I dropped these readings on Wednesdays the week before. So if you are watching this before, I want you to pay attention to the weekend, February 2nd to the 4th, because it's really going to have an impact on you. And there's going to be, this is going to be a very communicative week for you. I want you to be able to communicate a lot this week. And you are going to feel a lot more spiritually active. And the reason why is because on the 2nd, Mercury will sextile Neptune. Now, Neptune is in Pisces, and Mercury is the ruling planet for communication. Neptune in Pisces and Saturn in Pisces are all in your 3rd house of communication. So this is a time where I feel like you'll feel really good. You'll feel really good, and you'll want to like heal others, you know, with the words and the way that you communicate, even nonverbal communication. You could feel that your intuition's a little bit heightened around this time. So I really like this. It's really like very meditative energy that's happening here. And you could even get like very intuitive downloads. So just be very open to, you know, tapping into your intuitive side. Now, on the 4th, that's when Mercury moves into Aquarius. And so remember, on the 2nd, Mercury's still in your sign. Okay. Now, on the 4th, Mercury does move into Aquarius. And so Mercury is exalted in Aquarius. Mercury does so well in Aquarius. And so you may find yourself like loving, like really deep, intelligent conversations. You could feel very confident in the way that you speak and the way that, you know, if you have important conversations, you know, the way that they move now. And it really is, remember, Aquarius is like very forward thinking, and Aquarius rules your 2nd house. So 2 things here. Y'all are probably having a lot of conversations about money and finances, okay? And that's going to start building soon. And if not, remember the 2nd house also rules confidence, self-confidence, self-worth, self-value, all of that. Okay. So really, really nice. And material possessions. Okay. So, you know, that if you've been eyeing that, you know, ice cream cart and you want to buy it, it might be yours. Okay. Now on Monday, this is when Mercury conjuncts Pluto. This is our first conjunction that's like, boom. And so they're both in Aquarius, your 2nd house. So now this is a very intense, powerful, very powerful aspect. And so you will, I just have to say, there's so much power in words. And so use this to your advantage if you need to have, you know, conversations. There could even be like this, you know, Pluto offers this depth. There's this depth that comes with Pluto. All right. So again, these deep conversations, and even you having these deep analytical, you know, thoughts and even logic around certain things, like things you're just taking so seriously, and even things that you may be curious about around this time. Pluto is, you know, often referred to as like the underworld. So when I say it's like underworld, by the way, not underwear, underworld. And so you know how I said there's a level of depth that comes with Pluto. I mean, like we're going really deep, so there could be secrets and even truths that you discover around this time, or even facing some of your truths around this time. This really is, again, everything in Aquarius is so future forward. It's so forward thinking. It's thinking about your future. Maximize this aspect. Now, Venus will trine Uranus on the 7th. This is one of the best days, I would say, of the month. Okay, this is really nice. It's very romantic. It's very, very lovely. And what's really great about this, Capricorn, for you, Uranus is in Taurus, okay, in your 5th house of love, of pleasure, of romance, of, you know, procreation and recreation, but also creativity is a really big thing here too. And so you could feel breakthroughs around this and any of what I just mentioned. But, you know, just think about like what your heart desires, like, you know, matters of the heart. We're talking about Venus here, okay? Venus, which is, you know, still literally in your sign at this point. You know that, right? Venus has not moved into Aquarius. So this is really, really nice. And I feel that you're going to have this really great day. There's a big social aspect around this time, so it's a really good time to go out there and be social. But there is a sense of something new coming up. Okay, like maybe like a new hobby, new love interest, maybe ascending to someplace, maybe doing something new with a partner in a romantic way. But there is something that's really nice. Remember, Uranus isn't only breakthroughs; it's surprises and the unexpected. So you could do something surprising for some loved ones, or they could do something surprising surprising for you. But again, it can be like creativity if you're not here for love. But one thing that I really love about this day is that Mars will sextile Neptune. So remember what I said on February 2nd, Mercury sextiling Neptune. Now we have Mars sextiling Neptune on the same day that Venus will trine Uranus. Now, Mars, by the way, still in your sign. So you still have a lot of you probably had a really big January. I'm not gonna you had a big one. You had that, Pluto conjunct. You had a lot going on. You had a lot of planets in your sign. So this day is just really great. Mars sextiling Neptune. Neptune really does represent the imagination and creativity and a lot of compassion there, and even intuition. It's almost like there's this fantasy that you may be thinking about, but there's this reality you're bringing to this fantasy that remember. Mars is all about action, right? So there's also this drive with Neptune having such a spiritual connotation to it, this drive in terms of feeling this drive toward your higher purpose. You may feel this really big burst of spiritual energy, not only this day, but the week. Okay. Remember Mercury sextiling Neptune too. And we did not have Mars sextiling Neptune last year at all. So really take advantage of this. This is when, I've been saying in some sense, this is you could look into someone's eyes and see deep down in their soul. They say you will feel this. You will feel this. Now, on the 8th, Capricorn, the sun will square Uranus. I talked about this in your monthly forecast. This is when you may start feeling a little bit of a wall, something what's going on? I got to break through this. Remember, Uranus is all about surprises and it's squaring the sun, and it's kind of challenging, but you will feel a build up because, next week, Mercury will square Uranus too. So it's going to be a square that you notice, but just be mindful of that. Okay. It could just be, there could be something that is unexpected that comes up as well. And trust me when I say with Uranus squares, there's always something. Uranus for me, just for example, Uranus is as an Aquarius, it's in my 4th house, right? So every time there's a Uranus square, there's always something. There's a phone call from my landlord, because that's about home, right? Phone call from my landlord, something that it's very surprising that I have to deal with at that time, or someone, a family member calling about something that it's something's happening. So there may be something, and I'm not saying it's bad. It's just challenging. It's okay, let's break through this wall. The reason why this may be challenging more than normal is because we do have a new moon in Aquarius on Friday, and that will be the 9th. And I hope you're taking notes because this is a lot. But remember, so I love this new moon, and as an Aquarius, I have to say I love this new moon in Aquarius. However, with the sun squaring Uranus being the ruling planet for Aquarius, and we have a bundle of planets in Aquarius, at this point, remember Pluto moved into Aquarius. And so there could be something, again, surprising that just comes out of what just happened here? All right. So just keep that in mind. It really, really depends on it's a scale. Think of it as a scale. Some Capricorns are going to it's going to be a 1 out of 10, that's surprise, or something unexpected. Some may feel it stronger. Listen, every Capricorn has a different rising sign. Every Capricorn has a different birth chart. That's what makes every Capricorn in this world different. Okay. So everyone is going to feel it differently. Every Capricorn is going to take a different, message from this, but just keep that in mind because the 10th, the day after, now we're on Saturday, Mercury will square Jupiter. So now you have this other square. And so Uranus and Jupiter both being in your 5th house of pleasure, of love and romance, of creativity, self-expression. So, there is just something here where it's you could have a bunch of really, really great ideas, but it could be pulling you in a lot of different directions. So it is a good time to just focus around this time. But either way, there's so much happening this week. There is so much happening this week, but there is something where you just may have to just be mindful of toward the weekend. And it is going to be something that has to do with your 5th house. It also could be something with money related to, because it is Aquarius, or something with your confidence. Always, vibrate at a high frequency. And, there's so many great Venus trining Uranus. There's so many great other great things. So anyway, let's get started, Capricorn. Let's see what's going on for you for the week of February 5th to the 11th, Capricorn, and Capricorn rising. If you do want to read for your moon and your Venus, I mean, I got to tell you, we got a new moon in Aquarius. Venus is very active. There's a lot happening. There's a lot happening. So if you want more insight, if you know your birth chart, by the way. So let's get started. Okay, let's get started. See what's going on for you for February 5th to the 11th, Capricorn. Like I didn't say it earlier. I do a tradition called the cross spread. Really does that give the best overview, in my opinion. If we need to pull clarifiers, we'll pull clarifiers. Secondly, Capricorn, I feel like you've been going through a lot. Just with everything that's been happening. Even thinking about your last spread, or even your February forecast, I'm like, wow, y'all are going through a lot of big changes. I want you to definitely take a moment today to just make this really deep commitment to be comfortable, okay? Just make this really deep commitment. Say, I'm going to be very comfortable today, no matter what happens, and do that every day. I do that every day. I always do that. Anyway, because I know that a lot's been happening, but you're good. You're good. You're absolutely good. There is going to be something. There is going to be something that does go sideways. But remember, stay on top of it, okay? Maneuver around it, move with it, see what happens. But otherwise, you're really good. Let's get started. You did get the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands showed up in your past, so this is really great. Like I said, I feel like you've been going through a lot, and now this is, indicating that, there's a lot of burden with this card. There's a lot of just like, I'm getting an energy of just like, maybe you were doing a lot to, maybe working overtime or just doing a lot of work to distract yourself from a lot of things that you really, really should be like thinking about, or maybe there's, like a conversation that you did have to have and you're like, oh, I'm just going to like ignore that for now. But there is a sense of like just maybe taking on a little bit too much. You are Capricorns. You are like these like forces of like work nature. Like you really do prioritize work. But this is just saying like there could be a sense of like maybe recognizing if you are working too hard because you don't want to like burn out. You don't want to, you want to have some fun. You want to go watch, like Grease 2 with your friends, whatever it is. But the 10 of Wands came up in your past, so that's great because 10 is the end. 10, 0 equals 1 new beginning. So you're moving out of this. And I hope that you do this week, okay? Because you did get the King of Wands, so whatever, all the extra work that you've been doing and effort that you've putting into things, there has been a payoff, or you will feel it this week. You did get the King of Wands. Just recognize that burnout energy. Just don't burn out. Like it's okay to like work but you're good. You have the King of Wands in the heart of your spread. This is absolutely amazing. One of the reasons why this is so big. And I feel like you've got, okay, so the reason why, first, this is the King of Wands. Very entrepreneurial energy with the King of Wands. He is like the entrepreneur. I'd say he's the Steve Jobs of tarot. Very inspiring. People look up to him, like really, really like worked hard to get where he's at. He, by the way, he's not sitting here from like lineage, or do you know what I mean? Like he earned his spot here. He worked his way up. So this is really great, sitting in this throne. Now, the other great thing about this is that the King of Wands is very transformative, like a very, very transformative energy. You do see the salamander back in the, the medieval times when tarot did come out. I feel like I've mentioned this for you. Like that was a time where everyone in the world thought that salamanders were the only animals that were fireproof, and, wands are fire, right? And so there is this sense of you just like, oh, you can live through anything. But you also see the Ouroboros in his throne, which is a symbol of like life changes and your life changing and moving into this next stage in your life where you have a lot of power. You have this authority about you, but also a sense of fun. The King of Wands is like fun too. And remember, you have Jupiter and Uranus in your 5th house of pleasure and fun anyway. So this is really great. What I love about this is that he's Leo, okay? The King of Wands is Leo, and you can even see the lions in his throne. But what I love about that, Leo rules your 8th house of transformation. You're going through changes. You're going through some changes. Really, really nice. It's almost like you may be in a place right now where you can't even sit still. There's this like, what's going so much happening. Especially with, Saturn in Pisces, your ruling planet in Pisces as well. There is a sense of duty to like do things and also like really communicate and just being on a bigger platform as well for many of y'all. Now, you did get the star in your challenge area. So there is a sense of like, slow down a little bit. Slow down a little bit. There's a lot of like healing in this card, and this card is so peaceful, and it's just even like there's so much wisdom, and there's a lot of like this is a card where the stars are aligning for you, and a lot of strength in this card as well. You can even see all the stars are 8 pointed, right? And there are 8 stars, and it is card 17. 1 7 equals 8. 8 8 8 8 is a really significant number, but it does refer to the strength card, ruled by Leo. Okay, so very interesting. So don't resist any sort of like transformation that you're going through. Really go with it. There are some changes that are happening in your life, but there could be something this week where there is something that does go sideways. And I say that because the star is attributed to Aquarius. We are in Aquarius season. There's planets in Aquarius. There's a new moon in Aquarius this week. And again, that rules your second house. All right, so money. There could be something like, what's going on here? Or again, remember what I said, self-worth, confidence, and even like your material world. So maybe that like ice cream truck or whatever it was that you want to buy, it's going to take like another year to build or something. You're like, what? I need it now. But there is going to be something where there is likely going to be something where you have to just if it's going to be you, like don't do if there is anything that really has an impact on your like sense of like the value that you have, and again, remember self-worth and self-value and like the value that you bring to things and whatnot. Don't let it do that, okay? You can rise above that, especially with the King of Wands and the heart of your spread. And if something is circumstantial in your world, something does happen, again, work with that energy. Don't like let it frustrate you. Don't let it, make it really blah. Because you're gonna be absolutely fine here. You got the 6 of Swords in your crown. Okay. What is so amazing about this is first of all, the 6 of Swords in your crown, and the swords are the mental suit, right? This card is attributed to Mercury in Aquarius. Mercury moved into Aquarius on the 4th. This is something that, so when I say you're thinking about moving forward, you're thinking about moving forward and thinking about your future and thinking about like all these great things that are going to be happening for you. So I want you to have that mindset and continue on with that. So it's really, really amazing. I absolutely love this. And it is very, very interesting with, again, the 10 of Wands in your past and now the 6 of Swords in your crown. There is this sense of like, really, really working hard to get where you're at or for something to happen. And now it's like your mind can rest a little bit, okay? Because you did get the Empress and the root of your spread. Who are you? That's amazing. Remember, Venus is going to be trining Uranus on the 7th, okay? Wednesday. So very, very, very nice. And actually, you know what? We do have midweek. The moon will be in your sign. There you go. It's but listen, here's the thing. Pay attention to Wednesday, Thursday, right? You're going to feel a little bit like motivated, but also like the sense of like abundance, and you may be feeling it, okay? That's what the Empress is, and the Empress is, Venus, by the way. You can see the symbol of Venus in her stone-shaped heart there. So Venus is very active, and Venus will be very active next week too, but, this is just, I said this is a very spiritual week. You may be, in touch with your, spiritual side, like, feeling that you're seeking your higher purpose and being aware of that as well. That's what enlightenment is, right? Enlightenment is in the now. And so I want you to really embrace that energy, just having your soul glorified in ways that you couldn't imagine. So really love this. I mean, this is all about abundance. This is all about like, there's so much love here. There's also money is a big thing. Yeah. Remember, Venus also rules money. So with all this Aquarius in your second house of money, with this Leo activity in your 8th house, not only transformation, but
other people's money, shared research, like joint bank accounts, like inheritance, bonuses, commissions. And then like the Empress ruled by Venus also representing money. There could be a big money thing that's happening here. Okay. Even like you're remember, this is Mercury in Aquarius rules your second house of money, but again, this is definitely like a lot of like of like love and self-love as well. But do you spend time in nature, Capricorn? I want you to do that this week. Okay, can you like hug a tree? I want you to do, I mean, you are an earth sign, so I would like touch a tree. Touch a tree. It's going to make you feel good. Now, you also got the Page of Swords in your future. So remember how I said in the beginning of this spread or your reading, communication is going to be a big thing for you this week. Well, there you go. You got the Page of Swords here. And so this is really great because it seems like you will be getting messages this week. If you're seeking a message, make that happen. Have those conversations. Remember, a lot of these things that are happening, you know, I've always said this, you know, in a lot of my live streams, actually, tarot and astrology are tools. You have to take the action. It's the energy that you put out there too. But even still, this is a great sign with the Page of Swords in your future. Really, really nice. There's pages are messengers. Swords are the, you know, communication. So again, it seems like there could be something that you want to say, or it's something that you're even like your mind thinking about something new now. There's a lot of newness that's happening with you this week, even with the Empress here, right? Empress, she's pregnant. So this is all about like the birth of new things. And, you know, with Jupiter and Uranus in your fifth house, you could actually be thinking about pregnancy, all right? Or even someone in your family or someone that you know, but there's newness, okay? There's almost like, as we have left Capricorn season, moving, you know, in the heart of the Aquarius season, newness. And again, pages are the newbies. So you could be receiving new messages this week, and they could be intuitive as well. Remember, it's a very spiritual week. And then it's also, you could be having some important conversation as well. But at the end of the day, it is all about your mind moving in this new direction and with this enthusiasm along with it. Okay. Yeah, let's get to your stuff, Capricorn. I'm like getting like in the zone with your reading here, Capricorn. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, let me know what's going on. Talk to me. What's happening, Capricorn? And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I wouldn't be here without you, so I am truly grateful. I really do appreciate it, and you are good. You are good. You know what? Don't start with me. You're good. Capricorn, I'm joking. Look at this. This is absolutely amazing. I mean, look at that. You got the Three of Cups, celebration, joy. This, you know, at the heart of this card, what I really love about this card is that bonding aspect. There is a sense of like getting together with friends and family and really feeling that, you know, energy and really, you know, if there's nothing to celebrate, just celebrating life, you know, like just celebrating life. You know, I always say, don't live a little, live a lot. And so this is really, really, really nice here. You know, there could be something new that you're looking forward to as well. Remember, I said there's a lot of like new energy that it's coming through. Even, you know, that is another three here as well. So hold on to that and just really feel that energy. Hi. Hello, who are you? Come on. You got the Ace of Cups in your external factors area. So when I say that new energy, that is there's your affirmation. I mean, you just got the Ace of Cups in your external factors area. We call this the like the heart of tarot. We call it like the Holy Grail. This is like the card that if you are looking for love, if you're looking for a new beginning in romance, if you're looking for a new beginning in, you know, something that even it doesn't have to do with love and romance. You know, cups are emotions, feelings, intuition, things like that, but also like just something again new that's going to fulfill you emotionally. Cups, right? You see all the streams overflowing from this chalice. It is like your senses overflowing. This is like nirvanic. It's rapturous. It's, you know, something happening in your life where it like brings you to tears. Okay, this is very, very, very nice. But coming with the Page of Swords here, oh yeah. You're good. You're really good. So expect something new, and it does seem like you are moving in that direction. Okay, and I'm getting in all sorts of aspects, like not just like something in your material world, but like, yes, emotionally, and even maybe even physically, and maybe even like, spiritually. I mean, there's so much happening here. You got the Hierophant. So that spiritual energy is really like, you will feel it, okay? And I want you to feel it. It seems like you want to feel it, okay? And it's not even like, spirituality means so many different things to so many different people. So whatever it means to you, even if it's just like as, simple as like seeking like a fuller, more meaningful life experience, like that's all here. But there is again this sense of you feeling just really accomplished, wanting to feel really accomplished, and being in a place where you are almost like a leader in a sense, like people looking up to you, like I said earlier, not only with the King of Wands, but also now with the Hierophant here. Okay, so really, really great, but a lot of spiritual energy with the Hierophant, a lot of wisdom again, with the Hierophant as well. I mean, he does wear the triple crown. So even with the keys at his feet, you see the two monks at his feet. So he is a connector between the divine and our physical reality. So again, a lot of spiritual energy, a lot of knowledge here. But even let's keep going. You see that you got the Seven of Cups. Okay, you got the Seven of Cups in your final outcome. Very interesting. There is going to be something. I mean, looking at your entire spread here, you're good. You have a great week. There is possibly something that may be like, I got to pay attention to this a little bit. And now that's kind of like doubling down with the Seven of Cups. All that's saying is that, remember what I said earlier, toward the end of the week when Mercury squares Jupiter, there may be a lot of different things that you're thinking about. Your mind might be like, okay, I want this, I need this. Like it's like focused around that time, and you'll feel better. It's like it's almost like there it is right there with the Seven of Cups. Okay, because there is a lot of like smoke and mirrors with the Seven of Cups. There is a lot of like even like illusion, and even Neptune is like at play this week. But at the end of the day, there's still Seven Cups. So there is a sense of like opportunities abound, opportunities in front of you, but you really have to know what you want. Okay, you really have to know what you want. It can be love, it can be career, it can be even something, again, emotionally. These are cups, right? So something that is that you have to identify as like, what is going to fulfill me emotionally. All right, and you'll be absolutely fine. But just remember, just to have that little bit of focus. It looks like you are moving in this great new direction. This is a great spread. It's just like there may be something like just something. Just focus. Okay, just focus on the thing that you really, 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 really want. Okay, did I just quote the Spice Girls? I don't know. Who am I? Capricorn, you're amazing. Thanks so much. If you like this reading, would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comment. Next week is the big week. Well, every week this month is really big, but next week Mars leaves your sign. Okay, Mars, remember, it's still in your sign for the first week. Okay, so a lot of action in your self-identity and the role that you play and who you are. But also Venus moves into Aquarius too. We also have Mars conjuncting Pluto. We have a big week. We'll talk next week. Okay. Thanks so much, Capricorn. I'll see you next week. All right. Bye-bye.